Hello, good afternoon everybody. It's Mr. Lala here, and today's lesson we're going to be adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. We're going to use this formula to do it. Hopefully this is a quick and easy way for you to add and subtract fractions with unlike denominators. The first step in this method here is identifying your parts of your number sentence here. Okay, we're going to use this example 2/3 plus 3/4. I'm going to go to the next page here. As you can see, I've labeled my two unlike denominators, 3 and 4. The next part of our sequence here, folks, is we're going to use this parts of this formula, AD plus BC over BD, to try and solve 2/3 plus 3/4. Now, I know most of you folks know how to add and subtract fractions just fine. But this is a really simple way to do it, and if you can remember this formula, you'll be well on your way. A couple things to remember is that there's a multiplication symbol right here between these two letters, right here. So when we get towards the end of our problem, you'll see how that works out. Okay, so the first thing we have to do here is identify each problem. So we have A, B, C, and D. It's really important that you label the portions of your number sentence so that way you can really see how this problem will solve out. The next part we will do here is we will move these numbers over to a fraction. Okay, so we were just going to follow this position A. Over here we have labeled, which equals 2. Okay. D. Right over here, which equals 4. And now I'm going to put these in parentheses. This is going to help me a little bit later. Now it's important to see what operation are we doing here. Are we doing addition or subtraction? In this case, we're doing addition, so I'm going to circle that and I'm going to make sure we're adding right here on the top. So we look across, we see B will be 3. I'm going to include that parentheses. We have C will be 3 as well. So now at this point in time, we've labeled all the components, A, B, C, and D, and now we're inserting them into our formula. And now the past thing we've been doing is, which you guys probably have been doing across the course of the year, is we're just going to be multiplying our denominators, okay, which is labeled B and D. So B being 3 and D being 4. Okay. So once we've entered in the formula, we're really clear sailing from here. What I can do next is I can go ahead and multiply these out. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 3 is 9. And I'm just going to move up my addition symbol here just to make sure I don't forget that. And we go 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, I'm going to actually move over here to this side and have a little bit more room. So if I add 8 plus 9, I know that's 17. I move over my 12. So now we have 12, we have 17 over 12. And we know if we have 17 over 12, we want to simplify that. Okay? A quick, really easy way to simplify is to turn it into a division problem. We know this right here is the 17 is going to be our dividend, and 12 will be our divisor. 12 goes into 17 one time. I subtract. We have 5 will be our 12 will stay as our denominator. We'll have 1 whole here, and our remainder will become our numerator. So in turn, we started with the problem 2/3 plus 3/4, and we ended with 1 5/12.